All right, guys, Connor Ferguson here for Always Race Day. I got NASCAR Cup Series driver and a very good qualifier at that, and Chase Briscoe here. Real quick before we get to the dirt stuff, 6 poles this year, and then the 2 races before the Brickyard, you were second each week. How have you been so good in qualifying?
Yeah, just really fast race cars. Makes my job a lot easier when they just naturally want to go fast. So yeah, the Bass Pro Shop guys do a really good job of kind of having an understanding of what I need out of my race car and that kind of that feel I go for. And yeah, we've been on it the last 2-3 months in qualifying. So yeah, just need to be on it a little bit better on Sundays. But yeah, Saturdays have been great for us for sure.
You've been a guy that has dabbled with your sprint car team and raced a little bit here and there. I think you went down to Talladega. Was that last year too?
Yeah.
What's the update on Chase Briscoe racing a sprint car, and where are you at with that?
Yeah, I'm retired, at least for the time being. Probably for good, truthfully. But yeah, I ran my last race last year at Bloomington, which is where I grew up racing, 25 minutes from home, and just felt like I was done. Truthfully, we had twins last year, so having 3 kids now just makes it harder to tell my wife, hey, I'm going to leave a couple days early and go run some sprint car races, and then switching over to JGRs, going to a new job, a new opportunity. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. I mean, their cars are so fast. I just don't want to do something to screw that up and get hurt or something like that. So yeah, hopefully can get my sprint car team back out there. From the ownership side, would absolutely love to have it on the racetrack, but yeah, from a driver standpoint, I think I'm done, at least for the time being.
For sure. Have you been to a Knoxville Nationals is the next question.
Yeah, I've been to 2 Knoxville Nationals. It would have been, I guess, 23, I think, and maybe 22 or maybe 24. I don't know. Yeah. Came with Larson once, and the other time I was here, whenever Donnie won, I remember that. So yeah, it's always cool. Never been for the 360 Nationals, but the 410 Nationals and all that I've been to.
What do you think of how big that event is and how big this sport has become with that?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so cool, just coming here and how, everybody talks about it, how it just kind of takes over the town, right? And you're going through alleyways and everything else. There's just campers everywhere, and just to see this many people at an event. I've done Chili Bowl. I've done all the kind of big marquee dirt events. I've been to the Kings Row. I've ran the Million in a late model, and yeah, the Knoxville Nationals is just it's its own separate thing. Just how it takes over the whole town. It's just a very unique event. The atmosphere is unlike any other, and always just incredible racing.
So this one's kind of unanimously agreed on with anyone you'll talk to, but do you want to see the Prelude to the Dream come back and have the Cup guys in the late models again?
Yeah, absolutely. The late models have gotten pretty expensive here lately, so I don't know if we just need to go run a modified or something, but yeah, I want to do something, whether it's at Eldora or Knoxville. I just want to do that again. I thought it was such a cool event. I remember as a kid watching it, and we have quite a few dirt guys obviously in the Cup cars now, but there's a lot of guys that I think would love to try it, and it would be a lot of fun to kind of see what they can do. So yeah, I would love to get that event back. Flo obviously has a ton of stuff that they could do with it. So yeah, hopefully one day we can do it again.
So I've gotten pretty close with Bobby Pierce over the years, and the way we met was talking about the old truck races at Eldora that he used to dominate the first part of the race. He has bad luck. He's a bad luck magnet sometimes. At least he was back then. Would you support a truck race to go back to a dirt track or two during the season? Would you try to race that if you could?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime there's been a NASCAR dirt race, I always try to make it a point to go run it. I remember coming here and running the truck race a couple years ago, and obviously I always ran the Eldora races as well. So yeah, I feel like even the Cup Series, we need to have a dirt race. Dirt racing is such a big part of motorsports in America, and every other discipline, whether it's a road course or short track or intermediate super speedway, everybody kind of has their own thing. But dirt doesn't get the the recognition in the Cup Series. We had it there for a couple of years, but we don't get to anymore. So yeah, I definitely think that we need to have at least one dirt race. Whether it's a Bristol Dirt or Eldora or Knoxville, wherever it is. I just think we need to have a dirt race.
Can you convince my friends I'm not crazy and say that last Bristol Dirt race kicked ass?
Yeah, I thought the last 2. The first one was obviously not very good, right. But I mean, anybody that knows dirt racing knows we probably don't need a race in the middle of the day. But yeah, I thought the last 2 were really, really good. But yeah, last year's, I think it was the end of stage 1 or stage 2. I mean, it was unbelievable. There were 7 or 8 of us sliding each other and crossing each other over. They did a really good job with the racetrack. I'd be all about going back.
Awesome. That's Chase Briscoe. You can catch him tomorrow leading the field of green at the start of Iowa Speedway's second NASCAR Cup Series race. We'll be with you guys the rest of the week. Appreciate you for listening.